Yeah. What it is, everybody, man. It's Water Cooler Talk Sports, man. We back around the water cooler, man. Tonight it's a live call-in show. And you know what? It should be dope. We just wait. We want everybody to come in. We want you to have your phone calls ready. We want you to get ready to call in because today we got to recruit, ladies and gentlemen. But before we get into it, you know, we got to introduce the show. Bring us in, my guy. Eugene Santos.
Boys and girls of all ages, you're tuned into the Water Cooler Talk podcast, the biggest podcast in the world. Yeah.
You are now tuned in to Water Cooler Talks, covering everything you love about college football, especially everything going down in the SEC conference. So, if you love college football, you need to lock in. And now, your hosts, Nick Frazier and Marcus Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, boy, man. We back around the water cooler, man, and we appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here around the water cooler. My name is Nick Frazier, Water Cooler Talk Sports, man. And the man, you can hear him and you can see him today. Tell him who you are, my guy.
Marcus Fitzpatrick. Let's go. Let's get it.
And we appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here around the water cooler, man. We thank y'all, man. And with us tonight, as always, we got our guy, the man, the myth, the legend from at SEC season. It is Auburn Taz. Taz, how you feeling today?
Man, pretty good. How about y'all?
Yeah, I'm doing great, Taz. Can't complain. And from Auburn Addicts TV, the one, the only, DC Wolf. DC, what's going on with you, my guy?
What's up? I'm just very happy to be here.
We appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here around the water cooler, as always, man. Before we get into it, man, make sure you follow us on Facebook at the Water Cooler Talk. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Water Cooler Talk. Follow us on Twitter at CoolerSpot23. And of course, subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell button here on YouTube so you know when we post more videos and when we go live here around the water cooler, man. We got some people in the chat that's chatting it up in the chat. We got to see what's going on with it, what it is. Who in the chat? The Legend of Sweet Sugarbat Williams in the chat. What up? The Legend of Sweet Sugarbat Williams. The Legend of Sweet Sugarbat Williams. The Huggy Beard is in the chat. What up, Huggy? And the man, we ain't seen him in a minute, but he said he did say it was gonna be a minute before we saw him. Shout out to our guy JT, Jonathan Taylor, JT in the chat. What up, JT? Hope you feeling, man. And JT with the quote of the day, man. JT got the quote. He said, "Who calling my phone?" It's from Drake, bro. Shout out to JT with the quote today, man. We shout out today, JT guy, man. 84L. Arbor What's up, Arbor Dad? How you feeling, my guy? I hope all is going good with you, man. I think Huggy talking to JT. Yes, we did. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that in a second. Man. What's happening, everybody? What's going on? What's up, Nick? What's up, Nick? What's up, Marcus? What's up, Tez? What's up, DC? What's up? What's up? James Barnett in the chat with us. What up, James? Barnett? What's going on, man? I hope you feeling all right, man. He said, Mark is on camera. It's about to be lit. When last time we seen Marcus on camera, everybody? I just want to know, when's the last time we seen Marcus? Anybody remember?
That's a great question.
God, it's been a while. It has been about 2 months since we've seen Marcus on camera. It's been a while. Man. Yes, sir, man. Everybody saying what's up to everybody. We appreciate you so much for rocking with us as always around the water cooler, man. JT said, he said, I want the blue thing. It looks cool. What are you talking about? What blue thing you talking about? What are you talking about, JT? Let me know what you're talking about. What blue thing you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about, man. He said Marcus is a wizard out from behind the curtain.
Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Auburn.
Like you never left. That's what I'm talking about.
He gonna make the wins happen this year, man.
That's what he said.
Right.
That's what he said. Hey, that's what it looks
You need
like.
to make the trip to Waco.
I just want to know the toilet tissue afterwards. Stay tuned.
It's gonna be great. Oh, you talking about the moderator? Okay, yeah. Okay, so what you talking about, JT, is the chat moderator. So once water cooler gets big, what we did was we added chat moderators for people in the chat. So when there's a lot of people in the chat, I can't see everything. I would do that. I'm gonna do that for you, JT. I'm gonna make you a chat moderator. By now, as of today, Jonathan Taylor, JT, is a chat moderator. As soon as this video is over, I'm gonna go in and fix that. As soon as it's over. So the next time he comments, he'll have that next to him, so he's able to moderate the chat of anybody that's in the chat and things, stuff like that. So it is what it is. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. JT is going to be a chat moderator. That is what's
Congratulations,
up.
JT.
Right.
Hey.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Moderate.
That's what's up. Thank you. That's very nice. Shout out to Water always, man. You know JT, my guy. JT just been busy, man. He had to go get it how he live. But let's get to it, man. The news. Before we do that, this is the call-in number for you to call in. If you're ready to call in and you want to chat with us, here's the call-in number right here: 334-521-2679. Again, 334-521-2679 is the call-in number. That's the number to call in if you want to come in and holler with us here on the Water Cooler Talk Sports channel. If you want to make that happen, that is the call-in number: 334-521-2679. And as you all know, Auburn got its a recruit today, man. We got a recruit today, bro. That's what I'm talking about. I'm excited, man.
Let's go.
Oh man, that's what I'm saying, man. And but the thing is, he wasn't committed anywhere else. Is a guy that was just in the pool. He was one of those highly coveted 4-stars, number 2 wide receiver in the class of 2026, 4-star prospect, per on 3. Currently the highest rated recruit in Auburn's 2026 class per on 3. Per 247 has him as the 3rd highest rated recruit, underneath Hezekiah Walker and Jaquez Wilkes, according to 247. But per on 3, he's the highest rated guy in Auburn's class. 6'1", he's literally like 6'1", like almost 6'2". He's just a smudge under 6'2", 185 pounds, 68 receptions, 1,100, little over 1,100 yards last year, almost 1,150 yards, 15 touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, and 1 passing touchdown. That should say 1 passing TD. Is what that should say. As a junior, man, I'm gonna go around the table. I'm gonna go around the water cooler, and I just want y'all to tell us how y'all feel about us getting Jace Matthews in this class, and how do y'all feel right now, man? Whoever want to go first, y'all go first, man, because I just want y'all to be able to just So we got to recruit, man. We didn't lose one. We didn't recruit. We got to recruit. This is the first one, Wilkes, which was a couple of weeks ago. But man, this is one. This is one that a lot of other schools were trying to get. Texas A&M, LSU, a lot of other schools were trying to get this guy. But guess what? He ended up at Auburn. I'm gonna start with y'all, man. How y'all feeling about this, man? Who gonna go first?
I'll go first, man. I think, man, Jason Matthews, man, I think he's a Hugh Freeze guy. Like we say, Hugh Freeze has a type, and this is his type, man. He has great contact balance, great hand-eye coordination, man. He has great high point ability. Man, this dude is a Cam Coleman clone for real, bro. So when Cam Coleman step out, dude, he's just going to step right in. And I can't imagine him being there next year with Cam Coleman and all the real guys we got now and add him in, man. Next year, dude is for real. Serious for real. I just posted a video, man. He got top end speed. He get off the block. Everything you would want in the receiver. Again, man, he's a Cam Coleman clone.
And DC said Cam Coleman clone. Okay.
How quick did he test the field, DC, in your opinion?
It's shorter than Cam Coleman, but I got you. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know because the room is stacked, man. If you have it depends. The ratio is gone. If Eric leaves, then man, he may see the field in limited time, but man, the room is so stacked, dude. And it's not because of his ability, but it's because of the ceiling of the room. By the time he gets there next year, man, you got to think Cam Coleman will be going into his junior year. Yeah. Also, Malcolm Simmons and all those dudes, man. So their ceiling is going to be so high. His floor is high, but man, their ceiling is going to be so far up. He can just tell along with them guys and learn from them guys. But they'll be so far ahead of him, man. Not because his ability is not there, but they'll have the nuance of the game down pat. So I don't think he'll see the field that much. He probably will because of his ability, but the guys in front of him are, man, phenomenal. So that will be the reason he doesn't see the field as much, I think.
All right, Marcus, since nobody want to go, I'm just call people. Marcus, what you think?
I'm excited, man. Like I said, I don't know what Hugh Freeze is selling to these receivers, but he getting them left and right. And like DC said, we got a room full of receivers, so I'm wondering what instant impact he's gonna make, or hopefully we can put him in on returns or punt returns, kick returns, see if that works out. If we can't start right off at receiver, but I'm excited, man.
Tess, your thoughts?
Yeah, man. So this is what happens when you do things the right way.
Oh my God!
You get players like this, man.
This is not. I guess.
Tell him, Tez. Talk to him, Tez.
Jason Matthews, man, Auburn guy, been an Auburn guy through and through. Number 2 receiver in the country, man. Got everything you need in a receiver. I don't know if we're recruiting many receivers in this class. It's nice to see us get a kid that has been pretty much crystal ball to us, or that has been we've been recruiting pretty heavily because we missed on a couple kids, but maybe this is the start of what's to come in recruiting. It is after August 1st, so I don't know, man. But yeah, I can't help but be excited. I don't know if he gets on the I don't know. I think he does get on the field. I don't know. I think
as
when
a freshman,
when you got talent, Hugh Freeze has kind of been, pretty consistent in finding ways to get those people on the field. He did it with Malcolm Simmons. I got a feeling this year he's gonna find a way to do it with Duke Smith. Or Sam
Turner, man. They say Sam Turner is that
dude. I think Sam gonna get on the field this year.
The way he wants to distribute the ball, man, this kid could get touches early. I think that's one of the reasons why you see a lot of these receivers coming to Auburn. You says people in the chat saying that's all we do is recruit receivers. I think one of the reasons is because we give them opportunities. So.
Man, I'm gonna say this. Can y'all imagine if Eric Singleton goes in the first round and then Cam Coleman the year after that goes in the first round? Can you imagine the 5-star receivers lined up outside of Jordan Hare Stadium to sign with Auburn is going to be phenomenal, dude. It's going to be the receivers room at Auburn, man. It's going to be a destination place. If he can get Eric Singleton in the first round and then get a Cam Coleman in the first round too, it's a wrap, bro.
Well, it's got to be with quarterback play too now, because if we talk about Eric Singleton in the first round, that means that Jackson Arnold or Deuce Knight had an amazing year.
I look at Jace Matthews and I say to myself, man, when I see him, I think of Courtney Taylor. Is who I think of. I think of a guy that's pretty reliable. That's going to be reliable. That has reliable hands. That more than likely won't drop many passes. Just looking at some of his tape from last year, some of his huddle stuff. I'm just looking at it. I'm just saying, this is one of those surefire type guys that, and that's an Auburn comp. You know, I'm trying to find the Auburn comp receiver. I see Courtney Taylor, and things and stuff of that nature. Where do I see him get on the field next year? I don't think so. I don't think he's on the field next year. I think if we're projecting to the next season, right? We're projecting the next year for Auburn. Eric Singleton more likely is gone. Cam Coleman, Malcolm Simmons is back. Perry Thompson is back. Sam Turner's going to be in that rotation. Horatio Fields is gone. Derek Smith will probably be in that rotation as well. You're probably gonna go get another experienced guy out of the pool as well too. Just to add some.
Bryce Kane.
Yeah, Bryce Kane will still be there. So I don't see him get on the field his freshman year. Do I see him contributing in other ways? Potentially. He potentially could contribute in other ways, and things of that nature. But I'm telling you, Auburn fans should be excited because in his sophomore year, though, whether he's a redshirt sophomore or whether he's a true sophomore,
my goodness.
Once he get on the field, Cam Coleman more than likely be gone. Malcolm Simmons probably will be gone. Perry Thompson potentially could be gone. I mean, you looking at him potentially stepping into probably being in that number 1, number 2 receiver role at Auburn. And I'm telling you, it's going to be, if this season goes well, and it's a stepping stone to the next couple of seasons to come, that man right there, Jace Matthews, is going to be. I think the ceiling for Jace Matthews, I think he potentially could be second team All SEC when it's all said and done. I think we probably looking at a second team, fringe first team All SEC type guy once it happens.
All right. Well, let me play devil's advocate real quick.
Okay, go ahead, play it.
Question. Do you think he flips if Hugh Freeze get fired?
I think all of them flip if Hugh Freeze get fired.
All of them.
I think depending on the next hire, we probably can keep some commits.
Man, Hugh Freeze is that guy is a magnet, man. He does well recruiting. He's very personable. You know what I'm saying? And they believe in this dude. So I think, man, like Tight said, man, if they fire Hugh Freeze, they would have to, and I don't want to even go to firing Hugh Freeze, but just to entertain the question, if they fire Hugh Freeze, it would have to be like in the center of the season somewhere where you can get somebody to come in before all these guys jump ship. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's my thought. Hugh Freeze is, I think, a lot of other things Auburn has something to do with it, man. But Hugh Freeze, man, he got that old shucks country boy, you know what I'm saying, kind of relatability. Then he relates on a faith level with these guys, you know what I'm saying, for a lot of them. So I think you lose a lot if you lose Hugh Freeze, man. Just my opinion.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head, man. I think if you lose him, I don't know at what rate everybody transfers, because it's still now a business very much so. And Auburn still is gonna have money to throw at recruits and roster spots. So it's a little different now. But yeah, you hit the nail on the head. He's everything about recruiting is him, man. He's you can criticize everything about him, but one thing you can't criticize is he can relate to these kids and he can get them in the building. And man, if you seen some of them little clips that they showing for that Netflix documentary, and you hear him speak, you hear him speak, man, you kind of get it. Like, oh yeah, I understand. I understand now. Kids, he's able to relate to kids on a real personal level, man. And you talking about parents and stuff like that get involved. They eat that stuff up, man. He's really good at it. So losing him, man, would be a big loss from the recruiting standpoint. Now, not to say that we couldn't recruit still, because we still got recruiters in the building. But my God, he's proven to be one of the best at it.
Man, this year is going to be paramount. Man, this is, to me, in my eyes, this year is going to be like a pivot year in Auburn history, man. In my eyes, if Hugh Freeze is successful this year, man, God forbid for other schools, if he wins 10 games this season, Auburn is going to shoot, man. Just go out of the universe, man. But if something happens like a 5 or 6 win season, man, and we have to start all over again, we may be in the wilderness for a while.
This whole narrative of if Auburn wins 9-10 games this year, that it's just gonna change. I don't know. I'm not too sold on that all the way. Does anybody else feel that way?
No, I'm not sold on that either.
I mean, I feel like
what I'm saying is like the narrative is like if Auburn wins 8 games, 9, 10 games this year, there's this feeling or this feeling that all of a sudden everything is going to be set right with our like everything's just gonna line up like perfectly in recruiting, and then everything's just gonna happen on the field, and everything is just gonna get better. I'm not so. I mean, I want to believe that part. I fully believe in this year because of what the roster looks like. When you have a mixture of talent and then you have a mixture of veterans at certain positions on the field and in certain areas of the team, I'm not so sure about that moving forward. Y'all thoughts on that?
I actually agree with you on that, Nick, because I think you've been on record for saying you think it's gonna be a peak this year, then drop off next year, and then go back up, then keep dropping off, going back up, fluctuating like that. I think I agree with that point of it. I think this year, with the talent and the schedule, this is the best chance to get a 10-win season. And then next year, with your O-line having to probably rebuild, well, not basically rebuild, but it's going to be inexperience versus the experience they had this year. Then, you know, your edge leaving, pieces of your secondary, then who knows what happens in the transfer portal. So it's just like next year is a bigger question mark than right now.
Tiz, you about to say something? I thought you were about to say something, but my bad.
I mean, from a standpoint of recruiting, I don't know. I think if we win 9-10 games, it would change because what we talking about here is 9-10 games. Then somebody's in the first round, right? Somebody's in the first round, and that does a lot for recruiting. Does a lot for the perception of recruiting. Does it cure Hugh Freeze's ills? No. Like all the talent in the world, even that we got on the roster right now, doesn't cure his ills. We may not win 10 games, you know, and it may be because of him. So it's not no guarantee next year that we'll be a better team because we still have the same coach with the same deficiencies. But to say that, I mean, we would in the kids' eyes that's going to school, Auburn is a pretty cool place as it is right now. It's how we're able to get the recruits that we do get, despite having only won 5 games. Is because when you get here, it's you know, we've always said just get them on campus. So it's always been that type of place. But we've got some depth on our roster too. Like we're losing some pieces, but it's kind of like, I don't know. I do have faith in like the second unit, another recruiting class. If we were to win win those 10 games, we could possibly, I think, maybe get another recruiting class, definitely a transfer portal class that's in the top of the country. You stack that with 2 recruiting classes, and yeah, it could begin to move Auburn in a great direction, man. Now that's always been our problem, though. We winning 10 games has never been a problem for Auburn. winning 10 games 2 years in a row.
That's the problem.
That's how I probably consistency, bro.
That's what I was about to say. I was about to say you mentioned something. You mentioned something about saying Auburn is a cool place. You know, when I read about guys that come to Auburn for visits, they always talk about how fun it is. You know, they always talk about Auburn's fun, but a lot of those guys end up committing to other places. So I look at it and I say, okay, yes, it's fun. It's a fun place to come. You know, it's very fun. But I'm also here to better myself and trying to project myself to the next level to where I'm actually able to make the money and have a career afterwards. So my thing is when I hear the narrative of Auburn wins 10 games this year, it's just gonna take off from that. Like I've heard that from a lot of people in the Auburn sports world and stuff like that. When I hear that, I'm cautious on that because Auburn wins 10 games this year, and then you mentioned what I was just about to mention. Can you back up a 9-10 win season this year with another 9-10 win season next year? That right there, in my opinion, would show me that the team is on the right track moving forward. Because I mean, if we looking in retrospect, yes, Auburn won 6 games in Hugh Freeze's first year. You won 5 games the second year. In my mind, as a recruit, I'm looking at this as like, all right, man, you kind of regressing a little bit. So if you even come out with a solid season, you come out with a solid season this year, I'm looking at it and I'm saying, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. Is this for real, or is this just, you know, a fraudulent slip? Which one is it? You know, like I want to see it consistently. Like I would love to see it two years in a row back to back. I would like to see that. If Auburn win 9 games, 10 games this year, and then wins 9-10 games next year. Okay, now as a recruit, I'm saying, all right, I see that there's some type of progress there. Now, this all could have been taken care of if Auburn would have won games last year. You win 6 games the first year. If Auburn win 8 games last year, now we sitting here having a different conversation. Like, Auburn's trajectory is up. If we win 10 games this year, it's over with now. It's over. People like, all right, I see the progress. But this is what we doing. Literally doing this. We start here, we go here. If Auburn win 9-10 games this year, now we back here. Now I'm sitting here looking at it like, is this a fallacy? Yeah. Is this real? All right, I'm just trying to see. What's y'all thoughts? What's y'all thoughts on that? I'm gonna go DC first.
Well, I think I'm gonna have to do like you and Marcus, you do me. Y'all, I'm gonna use y'all own words against y'all. Okay. Yeah, Nick, you said if we win 10 games this year, the reason wouldn't necessarily be because of Hugh Freeze's coaching ability. It'll be because of what? You said talent. Okay, if they win 10 games this year, and I'm saying 10, I'm not saying 8, I'm saying 10. If they win 10 games this year, get a playoff berth, and they have a home game at Jordan-Hare Stadium, dude, the recruiting is going to be insane. The dude is recruiting top 5 classes with 5 and 7 seasons. So you know the recruiting is going to go to another level if he wins 10 games. So if talent is going to overcome that deficiency, now if you're getting number 1 classes, the talent is going to keep overcoming his deficiency. So why wouldn't we start being consistent? Yeah, we might have boneheaded calls if this is a big if what we've been seeing is a trend. We don't know yet with his play calling. But my thing is if you are able to even take recruiting from where it is to another level, then that recruiting is going to overcome deficiencies. Why wouldn't we be consistent?
My thing is this, like, yeah, we saying that, but I'm saying, would a top tier talent still look at Auburn that way? Like, you still got to
absolutely. Yeah, man, if we win 10 games and have a playoff game, yes.
I mean, yeah, okay, let's be real about it. Let's be real about this. This. TCU had a playoff game, went to a playoff game, got beat, and they ain't been back yet.
But TCU is not an Auburn. They're not in the same brand. They're not the same brand. Just like Cincinnati, they had a blip, but the brand is not big enough. Auburn's brand is a perennial brand that's in, like we said, top 13 in wins. So it's a bigger brand. When you get a sleeping giant like a Florida or Florida State, even when you get, that's a bigger, when you undergird those brands with consistent winning, they take off.
But that's
you follow what I'm saying.
It hasn't. This
So,
one season doesn't constitute a consistent winning record. For
I
Auburn.
agree. I'm saying it.
What I'm saying is, why would top tier talent look at Auburn and be like, this is somewhere I want to go, after just saying, all right, is this somewhere where I can go and consistently win and put myself in a position to get to the next level? I mean, I would want to see it. Yeah, but I want to see it 2 years in a row. I'm saying.
Right. Yeah. I'm just saying, if they're coming now when you're not winning, think of when you actually win. And it's like Hugh Freeze is literally out here selling ice to folk in Alaska. Imagine him going to somewhere selling ice in the summertime.
They were coming because of the fact that the pitch was early playing time. That was the pitch. You can't pitch that now. But you can't do like Georgia, and you got to pivot and change and say, okay, now we're selling development. Now we're selling winning and
that's
my
development
point.
now.
But
what I'm saying, you just pivot.
And that's what I feel right there, DC.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't do that though off of just one season. You can't say Auburn's winning now.
Man, best believe. Okay.
That word right there is a problem for Heath.
What's that?
That development word.
That's the problem. Yeah,
we don't know yet though.
That development work.
We have a clue.
We have seen it.
Hold up, man.
Hold on. Listen, he just said, DC, your words were supposed to win with talent, correct? That means he's not developing that talent.
No. I didn't. That means he is developing. Think about it, man. Hold on. All right. Dude had all of these. We played more freshmen than any other team in America. Am I correct? Okay. Now, with that said, a lot of those freshmen are on All-American squads, bro. This like they are developing these players.
Okay,
they are developing them. Look where they're landing as far as you got Cam Coleman, bro. With Eric Singleton, they're number 2 on PFF. You got Ken Lee and Crawford. They're in the top DB class. Our O-line, bro, they're in the top 10 in PFF for O-line, bro. They are developing these players.
That's not development. That's just that's not development. That is looking at a guy that was recruited highly out of high school, and now you're looking like the same thing when we look at these blue chip ratio type stuff. That's looking at a guy saying what his recruiting rating was coming out of high school. Okay. And now you're projecting saying that now based on what the talent on this roster is compared to what the rest of the talent is in the conference, this dude should be at this position. We don't know if he's developed because
okay.
Hold on. I will make this argument. I will make these two arguments. I can sit here and tell you last year Ken Lee regressed. And I can sit here and tell you, and I can also sit here and tell you, guess what? We were better with Philip Montgomery as the OC of our offense than Hugh Freeze calling plays last year. Because guess what? We won one more game. So I'm just sitting here saying, but what's the difference? What's the difference?
Bro. We didn't have our kicker last. We didn't have our kicker last year.
It's not development. You can't.
So what I'm saying, you're talking wins and losses.
That was a bit far.
You can't say
that was a bit far, Nick.
That's not far. This is being honest.
That was a bit far, Nick.
It's being honest.
So this is why the curse of last season. This is why last season is so detrimental, because last season has us thinking that these players are not getting better. This team was better last year than it was the year before.
I agree with you. Overall, I agree the team was better
at almost every position. The running backs were better. The offensive line was better.
Listen
the
to what
quarterback position was better.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Had this team won 8 games, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Exactly.
My point exactly.
With the healthy field goal kicker, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Thank you.
Listen to what I'm saying. People inside Auburn and around the program feel the exact same way you do. I'm not disagreeing with you, Ted. But if I'm the national media and I'm looking from the outside in, all I see is an Auburn team that won 6 games with Hugh Freeze's first year, won 5 games his second year. That's not development to me.
So Yeah, but okay. So here's the thing.
Let's be
This is what
honest.
we
Let's
can't
be
be
real. We
naive
all
to.
the fans, but let's be objective
This-
about this and
Yeah,
look at
thank
this from the outside looking in.
This is what we can't. This is what we can't be naive to. That class signed in December, right after a five win season, right? That tells me that they were actually watching the football games. They weren't listening to the national media and just saying Auburn's a 5-win team. They horrible. No, they were actually watching the games and seeing, oh, there's a field goal kick away. There was this away. There was that away. That's how you end up stacking top 10 classes like that. If we win 10 games, the perception of Auburn is going to change.
Wait. You're saying prospects were watching the game and saying Auburn was
because
this away because of this happening. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because if Auburn was
okay
5 wins in Mississippi State, where we just weren't a good football team, I don't think that class would have held together like that. But because of the way the season went, and because they looked at it like, man, it missed a field goal here, missed a field goal there, pick 6 here. They're not looking at it as they didn't look at it as a collection of talent that was inferior. It was just little moments, right? And they still were able to sign. Then not only that, you go out and sign a top transfer class. Like, so the development part of it is, like I said, when I talk development is, do you have a path to get on the field? Does a coach have a path for me to get on the field? That's ultimately what development is to me, because all the development in the world doesn't matter if you're never going to play. You know, we talk about red shirt and sitting kids. If they never get on the field, what's the point of that? They end up putting on another jersey. You know, so do you have a path for me to get on the field? Yep. And a lot of that is why these kids recruit. Jace Matthews must have a path to get on the field. Peyton Falzone probably has a path. He sees a path to get on the field. As long as there's that, I think Hugh Freeze will be able to recruit. And I don't think he's got really much to do with Auburn. I think you put him at UAB, man, he just got a strong enough message that where he's going to galvanize a locker room and get kids to believe in him. Some people just got the gift for that. But now from on third and 4, I don't know if I trust him. You know what I mean? But outside of that, he's not that bad. But,
okay, all right. So let's put some parameters around this, because we're using this word development. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to come in on the conversation, here is the call-in number to call in: 334-521-2679. Again, that is 334-521-2679. If you want to come in on this conversation, because this is a call-in show. So if you want to call in and you want to give us your thoughts and your perspective on it, please do that. Let's make this a interactive all-around show for everybody. Let's just do that. But let's get back to it though. Let's talk about development. So we saying development, all right. Because I look at development differently than Ted says. He sees development as a pathway to get on the field. That's what.
Now let me clarify that in terms of the head coach, as far as what Hugh Freeze has to do with, because you know, position coaches is particularly who develops players in terms of, you know, the techniques and things like that. But from a recruiting and development part, from what the outside sees, is can I get on the field?
Okay. All right. I look at development differently. I look at development from a technical point. I look at development in ways of, well, I won't sit here and say development as like, did you get bigger, stronger? That's part of it. But like,
right.
I look at it more of like, if we go on position specific, I look at it like if I'm a defensive end, right? Or if I'm an edge that's rushing off the edge from year 1 to year 2, have you learned how to use your hands better? Have you learned how to use leverage? Have you learned how to rush to the deepest shoulder of the quarterback? Have you learned ways that where you can get the shortest path to the quarterback? Have you learned how to bull rush? Have you learned how to swim move? Have you learned how to rip? Have you learned how to spin? Do you know what a stunt is on the edge? Like, that's my thing. Like when like this year, like watching Keyron Crawford this year is somewhere where I can sit back and say, all right, what's the development from last year to this year? It's something that I'm gonna be looking at, especially on that edge and things and stuff like that. So that's my thing of development. I don't necessarily just say development is a pathway to get on the field. To your point, to that point, because if it's just a pathway to get on the field, I'm gonna still be the same player I was when I was recruited out of high school. Nothing's gonna change.
Not true.
That's
Not true.
definitely true. I'm gonna still be the same.
Not true.
I'm still be the same.
Not if I stack that room. Not if I stack that room with elite talent.
Okay, wait.
Not if I stack that room with elite talent.
Hold on. So
then
all
those things. All the
let me clear. Let me get. I just want to make sure I'm clear. Hold on, Marcus. Marcus, you froze up. You froze up, Marcus.
No, I'm all right.
Okay, you good. You back. So I just want to make sure I'm clear. So are you saying? So you're saying that development is based on the talent in the room because the talent is gonna make.
No.
The talent is gonna make each other better because that's what I'm getting.
Yeah, no, you're saying that you want that it's not just about being on the field. I'm saying that not if the room is talented. It kind of takes care of itself. What I'm saying is somebody's brought up that receiver room and receivers running the right depths and things like that, right? If your receivers aren't running the right depths, your entire receiver room cannot grasp that concept, then you're in trouble. If you have a couple receivers that can grasp that concept and run the right depths, they're going to get the playing time. So unless you get that part of it, and you got receivers that do understand that, unless you get that part of it, you're not going to see the field, right? We actually heard him talk about that in year one. He said, hey, some of these guys, these picks are thrown because the receivers aren't getting the right depths on routes, right? Some of these guys aren't seeing the field. We saw what's the tall guy?
Perry.
I forgot his name. Not Perry. Nick Martin. Never saw the field. Likely, and a lot of it was because he didn't understand the depths of his routes and things like that. So that's what I'm saying. It's like when you stack the room, what happens is, like you're talking about defensive line, using your hands and all those things make you a better pass rusher, right?
It makes you a better player.
It makes you a better player.
It makes you draftable.
Like unless you're competing, if you're competing with somebody of equal talent that's doing all those things correctly, then you're not going to see the field unless you are doing those things correctly. If what I'm saying makes sense.
All right, man. We got a call. We got somebody calling in. I don't know who it is because of the fact the name didn't pop up, and I think it's maybe their first time calling in. So I'm gonna ask who calling in. You around the water cooler with the fellas? Who we talking to?
Oh, what's up? This is your boy Get Musty. What y'all doing?
What up, Get Musty? How you
Get
feeling?
Musty.
What's happening?
And ladies and gentlemen in the chat, if you hear a slight echo, it will go away. It just happens when we turn it on to let the call through. So if you hear a slight echo, that it will go away. But go ahead, Get Musty.
Yeah, man. Y'all were talking about being consistent earlier, and I'll share a little bit on that. But I heard y'all talking about development. So really, personally, I think that you can't really put the development that these kids are getting and the skills that they're acquiring on their own together with the coaching staff development.
Okay.
Like you can't put them together.
Okay.
There're going to be kids that are going to go out there and they're going to do their thing. They're going to work with these people off the field to get better. But if I think it might have been Tez that said it. You can't if the whole group doesn't know what they're doing, if the whole wide receiver corps doesn't know what they're doing out there, then you got an issue. And I really question, from the offensive side, you see it on defense, but on the offensive side, who's really developing? I mean, being for real, who's getting better?
That's a good
by
point.
way of coaching staff.
That's a good point.
That's a good point.
I mean, the reason, like to your point, Get Musty, like here's something that, like, I always talk about the little things when it comes to like coaching and when it comes to like playing on the field. I talk about all the little things, like the little things that change stuff, like just hand placement, like your splits on the offensive line, like having the correct splits between the center and the guard and the tackle. Like if you have like that type of stuff matters, like if that's not being taught, that's part of development, because if you're trying to run a specific type of scheme, if your splits ain't right, somebody gonna always be in the backfield on the defensive line. So my thing is this, man. Like I understand what you're saying. Like, and it's not a shot at Tez when I say this. I just said I don't agree with that. I don't agree with the fact that development is just a pathway to the field, because if that's the case, then if you're not learning something along the way from the coaches on the coaching staff that you're playing for, that they want you to do, yeah, it's okay for you to go out.
How you gonna get on the field?
It's okay. It's okay if you're a quarterback to go out and work with your own private QB coach. It's okay to do that, but you still have to run the offensive system and run the base offense and run what that coach that you're playing for wants to do. You still have to do that. So I mean, like, there are things that you have to learn that are, I guess, scheme specific that will help you in that offense. And I mean, I look at people like Trey Harris from Ole Miss. Like when you saw Trey Harris from his junior year to last year, totally different receiver. And guess what? If he wasn't hurt, Trey Harris probably would have been a 2,000-yard guy last year, if that happened. And it's just the small things that he learned along the way that put him over the top, close to that number. So, like, you can be look at Ryan Williams right now. Look at Ryan Williams at Alabama. If Ryan Williams worked on the technical part of his game, like right now, we just watching raw talent from Ryan Williams. I give you that. You're just seeing the raw talent from him out there just being better than the other guy. But if he put the technical part to the game with the talent, probably be the best receiver in the country. It would not be a conversation of is it him or Jeremiah Smith. It would be Ryan Williams. Why? The reason why you looking at it right now is technically Jeremiah is a better receiver than Ryan Williams is. I'm not saying talent-wise he is. I'm just saying
he's 225 pounds too. That helps.
But technically, he's better than him. If you go and watch him run routes, routes are crisp. If you go and watch him hand placement on the ball, crisp. Like, it's just different. Like, it's just different watching certain guys. Right. My bad. I didn't mean to take that over, get musty, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, man. No, exactly. But my thing is this: if we're not doing what we need to do on the field, and for a long time it seems like we kind of hadn't, it's the accountability of the coaches. That's how it as a leader, that is your responsibility. Either you didn't recruit the right guys or you're not developing the guys that you've got in place, and you need to figure out how you need to do that. Or we may not have the right folks in place. And I'll just say it like that.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Because go ahead, DC.
No, go ahead, Mark.
It's just I feel like the thing about what is you were saying that we have like if you're depending on raw talent. A lot of times that is when you depend on raw talent. The development that we're talking about is the week-to-week development that you see in a team when you can see their progress. Tez, answer this question for me. You feel like, tell me, do you feel like this second roster was better than the first one, or the first one was better than the second one?
Dude, this roster that we got right now?
The one that we just previously came up off of.
Do I feel like it was better than the first roster?
Yes. With Robert Ashford.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah. So why did we only win 5 games this
year? Because our coach don't know how to run the ball in critical moments, and our field goal kicker was hurt.
That's a part of development. Week to week. Yeah. That's a part of development, DC, because week to week you have to come up with a game plan to work around your schemes. That's a part of so if we separate. What you going to say?
No, I'm saying what you're saying is exactly right, and it's one of the reasons why I say that development is about how you get on the field, your path to getting on the field. Because when you have an offense and a system and you execute it, the development depends to be how this person operates within this offense, right? And within this offense and within this scheme, how can I contribute? How can I get on the field? Because that's ultimately what you want to do. You come in, you a slot receiver. You're gonna learn everything that this offense teaches slot receivers, right? And hope it's that one day you make it to on the field, a path to on the field. What I want to ask y'all is this: who hasn't been developed? Who on this roster right now?
That was my next question.
Has not been developed because every player, Jeremiah Wright, has gotten better. Connor Lew has gotten better. The quarterbacks are out of the room. The receivers are out of the room.
You can actually make the case that Jeremiah Wright still is not a good pass, not a good pass protector.
But he's been developed into a draftable player. You got to think Jeremiah started out as a defensive lineman, so they turn him. He's gone from a defensive lineman to a draftable offensive lineman. Connor Lew went from, I think, a 3-star center to a potential first-round draftable offensive lineman.
He's not gonna be a first-round guy. He's not a first-round guy.
No, I'm just saying. I said potentially. You see what I'm saying? I'm saying potentially. Even if he's a second-round guy, to go from to start starting as a freshman to being drafted. I look at development is to the NFL. And whatever y'all saying the same thing. But you can't tell me offense or defense that hasn't. You said that hasn't been developed.
To Get Musty just got off the phone with us. Shout out to Get Musty. I appreciate Get Musty for calling in, man. I just heard the phone hang up. My bad, Get Musty. I apologize. We just talking. My bad, Get Musty. Shout out to Get Musty. But go ahead, DC.
No, I was just saying I'm with Tez on that. Show me a position that has not seen a development jump. Now, play calling
quarterback
in situational football is different from
quarterback.
Quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
I know I gave you a position, quarterback.
They're not there no more, though.
Yeah, they're gone. And y'all said you said yourself that Peyton Thorne jumped from year 1 to year 2 and had better development.
Who said that?
You did.
No, I didn't. I just said he had
every day. Right, but I'm saying, so you don't think Peyton Thorne was better from year 1 to year 2?
Numbers wise, yeah. I mean, yeah, he was numbers wise, he was better.
So that's the thing.
That's the time you won with Robert Ashford.
Exactly.
That's why I keep saying, what is your path on the field? Because this offense suffered, and it wasn't Peyton Thorne's fault that the offense suffered the first year. But because the offense suffered, it didn't perform as well. The next year, it performed better because of more talent or whatever. And we perceive that as development just because the offense itself got better. A lot of development is scheme.
That's the point, Ted. I didn't see that as a development.
That's what I'm saying. I don't perceive that.
I didn't see that as growth last year.
No.
Our roster was better. Talent was better, but that was not growth last year.
Yeah, to DC point, I feel like we saying the same thing, but we seeing it from two different ways. Like my thing is this, if you're talking about if we're just saying a team is better because the talent got better, okay, all right, that's fine. Yeah, because the talent floor raised, I agree. If that happened, then yes, you got a point. But if we to Marcus's point earlier, if you think last year's roster was better, correct, than the first year roster, even without a field goal kicker in certain games,
right,
even without running the ball, and
you can't do even without. Without
doing that, without doing those two things, without having a true field goal kicker the whole season. You still have the opportunity. You still in games because of the talent on the field, but you also have to look at it and just be like, all right, man, like there were certain things that I look at like that could have been better. Like that could have been better.
That's true.
You can talk about players on the field playing. Talk about a lot of things. I'm just saying like that could have been better handled. That player could have did that better. He could have took a better read step here. He could have dropped back a little bit depth here. if his depth, he probably too far in on his depth as a cover 2 corner in this situation. Like that's type of stuff like that. If it's a mod, if it's man outside deep, he didn't run, he not ready to stack with the receiver. Like that's the type of stuff. Like, do you even like do you?
Hey, I got it.
Go ahead.
I was about to say Jermaine Mims just put a comment in the chat. That's very interesting.
Hold on, wait. Let me go back to the top. Where's that?
It's the last comment.
All right, well, let me get through everybody else's comments first, and then we get to it. Jermaine said it's been stars developing practice before touching the field. Okay, Get Musty said his phone dropped. He said, "Thanks y'all moving around. I appreciate you, Get Musty. Get Musty." Ed Darby said, "Man, you asked who on the team has not been developed." He said, "Head coaching." That's funny. You can't develop players who have pressure issues.
That's the problem.
Travell said Payton Thorne's numbers were better because Robbie was gone. He kind of agree with him a little bit there. I wonder about how some receivers and running backs development, and I don't know if I've seen it at the quarterback position much. Some development happened, but I'm sure. But look at Walker White, Hank Brown, etc., where they ended up. I think they just did Hank Brown wrong. I'm just be honest with you. They were better. They were better because of recruiting. So the talent is what you're saying. All right. So Jermaine Mims, I'm guessing this is the comment right. He said path to the field doesn't equal development. Bo Nix saw the field early. Was that development? That was not development. I agree.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna answer that question. I think Bo Nix made the best decision for himself and went to an offense that suited him perfectly.
Thank you. So that's what I was about to get at. Do you think that in 1 year, because in 1 year he was an NFL quarterback, you think in one summer he got enough development from what we saw all turn him into an NFL quarterback? It doesn't work like that. A lot of what we perceive as development is how they perform in that system.
It does.
Do you think that they're okay? When we talk about Bo Nix was a 5-star plus prospect. He had elite talent. Do you think that realistically there's a lot more that we could have gotten out of Payton Thorne? We sat here during the season and said, this is the best it's gonna get for him. This is what Payton Thorne is: 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. This is what we're gonna get from him. We're not gonna get much higher than that. We said that this guy has a talent ceiling. So, like, why are we holding Hugh Freeze accountable for not developing a guy that we've already said that from a talent standpoint, he's peaked? It hasn't been enough years to talk about development yet.
Huh?
If there's a development problem, it's only been 3 years. And if you look at all the players from year one, they're the ones that we're leaning on this year on that offensive line. We're leaning on those guys. We're counting on those guys this year. You know what I'm saying? So
to your point, it's not been enough years for development, is what you're saying?
Well, I'm saying to properly judge it, because we had a quarterback in year one. He went to year two. Of course, we all say he wasn't talented, right? The quarterback room all left. They have new players in there. If there's any position that you could probably judge development,
thank you, Jeremy. Because I was just about to say it.
If there's any position you probably judge development on, it's probably the receiver room. Honestly, that would be the room that I would question whether it's being developed properly, for real, because we haven't seen a receiver in 2 years. Our best receiver has always been a transfer product for the last 3 or 4 years. We haven't seen a receiver. You know, Cam Coleman's development is going to tell us a lot. Malcolm Simmons' development is going to tell us a lot, because we haven't seen a guy in year one come back in year two and look significantly better. So that's where development comes to play. But and from the quarterback position, we just missed. We picked a bum.
Okay, all right. So you saying we picked a bum? All right. Okay, I disagree. I think we could have won with Payton Thorne. As much as I sit here and say no, we could have won. We could have won with him in year one. I mean, if you look at year one and year two, it was almost similar. To be completely honest with you, even with an offensive coordinator change and a lot of guys different on the offense, it was similar. to a lot of, it was still similar. So if we want to sit here and say that development that excuse me, the guys being developed, I can sit here and say, yeah, I got 2 years of it. Because guess what? Nothing really changed between the 2 years. And the year that we said was the worst because Hugh Freeze wasn't calling plays, it was the better year between the two, is what we saying. So my thing, my whole point to it is this, man. Like this is all I'm saying. When I talk about development, I talk about it's more of a technical thing. It's more like watching the film and actually seeing how does a guy change from freshman year, sophomore year, junior year until he becomes draft eligible is what I'm talking about. Now, yeah, in order to get that development, in order to get that experience and develop better, you have to play. So yeah, that is a part.
Yes.
You have to play. You have to get on the field and play. But that's also what practice is at. That's why they simulated in practice. That's why they just had a scrimmage today and things and stuff like that against similar competition as well. So my thing is this, man. We can disagree on what development is and how you view it, but when I look at this team, and this year's gonna tell a lot. Like I really believe we're gonna. I hate to say this. And this everything I'm about to say has nothing to do with the talent on this roster, because I feel like the talent on this roster is the reason why Auburn's going to be successful this year. Because of this is how I'm going to say it. Because of not having or potentially not having the type of recruiting class that Auburn has had the past 2 years with this class. If Hugh Freeze wins this year, he comes back next year. 2 years from now, you potentially are going to see a drop in the play on the field because the talent is not going to be up to what it has been the past 2 recruiting classes. In my personal opinion. Because
that's if Hugh Freeze is the coach, right?
If Hugh Freeze is the coach. That's if Hugh Freeze is the coach. If he's the coach at Auburn, that's what I'm saying. Because I feel like, I'm just gonna say it, I feel like it is the system is very talent oriented. It's not a lot of development in it. It's not a lot of.
But the thing about it is, and what I was going to say.
But go ahead. Man.
Yeah, the thing about it is, what I was going to say to you, Ted, it is unfair to Hugh Freeze, but a lot of known coaches, their judgment of the development comes off of their quarterback play.
Right.
And it's unfair to Hugh Freeze, but that's just how it goes. You're known for offense. We're judging you of how you can develop quarterbacks and what your quarterback production is. Lincoln Riley for you.
Right.
He's known for developing quarterbacks. Why? Because all the production of his has led to Heisman winning production or quarterbacks that was in the Heisman race.
But when you
But
when you look at those quarterbacks, you're talking about Kyler Murray. You're talking about
right. Do you think he could get Peyton Thorne to a Heisman?
You also got to think about Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray was a transfer.
You talk about very talented guys, but then you look at what he did with Miller Moss last year.
Do you think he could get Peyton Thorne
let's just be real,
to the Heisman to New York?
Let's be real, Miller Moss
has Jalen Hurts. And Jalen Hurts had way better weapons than Peyton Thorne did.
But well, obviously Jalen Hurts has got some talent. He just won a Super Bowl.
But look at his passing numbers at Alabama.
Okay, so that's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Though is that Jalen Hurts goes from one system to a quarterback friendly system, and it looks as if they just gave him the magic sauce when he got to Oklahoma. It's same thing happened to Bo Nix
when he was there.
Same thing happened to Bo Nix. We wished him. The fan base. Some of the fan base wished him well. Hey man, go ahead, do your thing. They were glad Bo Nix left because he just wasn't being developed. He didn't have the talent. He just didn't have it. He goes to a different system that fits him, and all of a sudden it looks like next thing you know, he's getting his name called
to the
NFL draft.
To the Bo,
like you said, he wasn't being developed. You said that he wasn't being developed.
Hold on.
I'm saying in 1 year he got developed.
I have a comeback to the Bo Nix part. All right, let's look at Bo Nix. Bo Nix got better number-wise, stat-wise each year he was at Auburn. His best season was under Brian Harsin before he broke it.
Was under Brian Harsin.
Before he broke,
Can develop, man.
before he broke his arm, before he broke his ankle. Did that help him when he got to Oregon? Was that part of it?
I think a bit. I think I think Bo Nix got developed. I think what Bo Nix did is went to a league, bro, where the defenses weren't as potent as they were in the SEC. Plus, he had a better supporting cast, namely a better offensive line. So you can't look at just like his talent alone, bro. You got to look at the whole totality of what happened. Auburn didn't have the talent around him that Oregon did. And
that's true.
He wasn't in a stronger league defensively than he was in the SEC. He wasn't facing Georgia and Alabama and those type of defenses. So his numbers are gonna be better, man. Period.
All right, James Barnett. I don't even want to go off into that conversation about the defensive part. I'm gonna leave that one alone. All right, James Barnett said, fellas, does development and wins fall into the same category? I say that because I think the absence of wins has painted the narrative unfairly.
Exactly.
I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, me and Ted saying the same thing, dude. It's like if they had the kicker and won 8 games, we wouldn't even be talking about the teams not developed. You got to look at the wide receiver core.
Yeah, we would be having that conversation.
But you got to look at if they would have won 8 games last year.
Yes, I would look at that conversation and be like, look, in a technical, look, you see, like I'm saying, we having 2 different conversations about what development is. And I said that already. Y'all see development as just saying, all right, we're developing guys because we're winning on the field with talent. I'm saying development is the technical part of the field of the game. I can look at, and this is no shot at Ken Lee, but I can look at Ken Lee right now and tell you Ken Lee got beat on a lot of plays last year. I could look at that. But
didn't y'all say he was injured?
Yeah, he was. He had an injury as well. But he also made some plays as well too. Yeah, I can sit here and tell you Jay Crawford got beat on some plays last year. But guess what? He also made some plays as well too. So
that's
this
football,
year,
though.
guess what? I'm looking at to see what's different. Like how much better did they get from that year to this year? That's what I'm looking at.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, when we are saying that Jay Crawford is a second team All-American preseason, we're saying that based off of what he did last year on talent alone, majority talent.
Bro,
come
on, man. That's
yes, that's what it was.
So you saying Crime Dog? So you saying Crime Dog wasn't coaching him?
That's not what I just said, DC.
No.
I said from last year to this year, we're gonna see how better technically sound he got this year. Because if we look at the tape, we can find plays that where he was not technically sound at. He was not
out of high school.
You can find plays. You can find plays for sure. But what we talking about here is on the field. From the beginning of last year to the end of last year, Jay Crawford is a different player.
Yes.
This is why I said development happens on the field. There's no better development than getting in the game with live bullets and playing and learning from your mistakes in real time.
I'm not disagreeing with you there.
But that's all I'm saying. It's like,
yeah, that's what
you can develop all you want to at practice. If you never get on the field, then what is it worth?
When it comes to developing players, that's not the main thing, though.
It's not the main thing, but no, I'm just saying, like you can. A lot of development happens on the field. And what we were saying about Jay Crawford and Ken Lee is a perfect example of 2 players who got better as the season went along. Now, of course, we looking for improvement this year, but I don't know. I don't know how significant it are we expecting to be. Probably from some of the technical standpoint. But my point is, if when we talk about our players being developed, if you have a room full of players that are doing the right things, right? Now, if like I said before, if your entire room isn't being developed, that's different. But like if you have a room full of players that are doing the right things or trying to do the right things, then the kids that aren't being developed, they aren't going to see the field. Because those little nuances and things that you learned, if you have a player that's doing them, those things are going to keep him on the field. If you're not doing those things, you're not going to see the field. Now, if at a smaller school, lesser rosters, probably, but yeah, you're not finna. If the talent's even, you're not finna outplay a kid that's just as fast as you, just as strong as you, but he's a little bit more savvy from the technical standpoint. You're just not. So that's what I'm saying. It kind of takes care of itself.
On the phone right now, man, we got the king of the comments, the man himself, ladies and gentlemen. He's been waiting. He's been waiting in the wings for about 2 minutes now. It is Travell, the king of the comments. What's going on, Travell?
What's up, man?
What's up?
Yeah, I was listening to the show. I'm at work though. I ain't got much time, so I gotta say what I gotta say, and I gotta get off. Bo Nix played 2 years at Oregon, so he developed at Oregon for 2 years under that system. That's why he looked the way he did. And also, the team looked better last year than the year before because they recruited like crazy last year. You know, the boy, Patrick, what his name, Peyton Thorne. Peyton Thorne, that kid, he did more numbers because he saw the field more. He didn't have to share the field with Robbie Ashford. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, yeah, they look better, but it wasn't because, okay, we developed, because the only person that really developed more that I could see myself outside of the offensive line, those young cats, was on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
I agree. We like I mentioned 2 defensive guys, and one of the defensive guys I mentioned, DC brought up that I said last year, of course, that he was hurt. The other guy was a total freshman. We ain't mentioned nothing about nobody else on the defense on the development side because you see the progress. Now we had that same. The questions we have is on the side of the ball that the head coach is supposed to be a savant at. Is where it at.
Exactly. And there was no real improvement other than him recruiting talent on that side of the ball.
That's all I've been trying to say.
Okay.
I probably been
so
saying it
answer
wrong,
me this.
But that's all I've been trying to
answer
say.
Me this. Answer me
Let's see.
this. What players now are on the roster that haven't been developed offensively?
Ooh, I mean, if you really want to be real about it, Jeremiah Cobb.
We haven't seen him play. How do you know he's about to be developed? We haven't seen him play. That's why I said you have to have a path to get on the field.
We have seen him play.
Yeah, we saw him play last year.
Yes, year 1 to year 3, we have seen them play, Tez.
That is
so y'all saying they haven't been developed?
If we want to be real about it,
Jeremiah Cobb DC judge.
His development has not.
That's what I just said. I just said what Marcus just said. He didn't get enough playing time to even judge it. That's what I'm saying.
He didn't get enough playing time. When he got in the game, he fumbled the ball.
The same thing happened with Jabari.
The first game of the season, I asked these questions. I said, is Jeremiah Cobb and whatever the other guy's name is, are they going to give us the same production as Hunter did? Y'all told me yes. As the year progressed, they did not.
Last year?
Yeah, DC.
Hunter was playing
DC had a whole episode.
I guess the part I'm just missing is who on the roster? Okay, I give you Cobb. Who else?
But I agree with you, Tez. It's kind of early to gauge the development of the offensive pieces. But like I told you earlier, development from an offensive coach goes hand in hand with the production of the quarterback. We have watched him not do anything with Payne Thorne. Payne Thorne, to us, in my eyes, and I'm pretty sure Nick can agree, he looked worse. Even though he just his numbers was better, he looked worse to me. The passes, the passes that he was throwing looked worse. He had 2 real talented receivers with raw talent in Lambert and Coleman making acrobatic catches, but he didn't develop.
So this is what you can't do. You can't, on one hand, say Payne Thorne's talent is not talented. This is a miss. We shouldn't have never got him. And then on the other hand, say that Hugh Freeze didn't turn that lack of talent into an all-star.
But I would combat you by saying that was Hugh Freeze's choice.
It was Hugh Freeze's choice. It was Hugh Freeze's choice. So is that an evaluation problem or a development problem?
Both.
Say what?
I said it is Hugh Freeze guy. Is that an evaluation problem or a development problem?
Sounds like both to me. Because if you're my guy, that means I'm confident that I can develop you.
I give you that. That's true.
Yo, man, I gotta go.
All right, then, Terrell. Appreciate you calling in.
I was trying to let Terrell get his comment.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna say
Faith and Freeze, baby. Faith and Freeze. This is 10 wins. 10 wins. Because if I don't get 10 wins, I'm burning down the street.
All right, shout out to Terrell for calling in.
That's
man.
funny,
Shout out
man.
to Terrell, man. We appreciate Terrell calling in, man. Let me take this echo out so it won't echo in my ear a little bit. So I think we good there now. Okay, this is a good one. Do y'all agree with this? Like two of them. Ed Darby said he would say Rivaldo Fairweather.
He regrets. He did regret.
Did not get developed.
Yeah, he did.
Okay. I say that Rivaldo Fairweather overperformed every metric.
Wow, come on, Ted.
From what he was projected.
I would say.
No, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not talking about at Auburn. I'm talking about. Look at the talent that we talk. Yeah, the measurables, we get it, but this is not a group of 5 guy that we got, right?
Okay. I'm trying to get where you get to. I'm trying to get where you getting at. Okay.
This is not a group of 5 guy.
He's not.
This is a guy who couldn't initially get into the Power 5, right? For him to even get to Auburn, he had to overperform what people thought he was at. For him to even make it to Auburn. And the fact that this kid, you pick Rivaldo Fairweather, he hadn't got any better. Just because he didn't get any better, that doesn't mean.
Are you saying
what if the offense worked?
So are you saying that? Well, apparently it worked.
He know how to run fades.
Apparently it worked the first year with Philip Montgomery there.
He was balling the first year.
But
he became a household name the first year.
So are you saying the ceiling, his talent level is capped like Peyton Thorne was? Is that what you're saying? Because he's a group of 5 guy. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying it's capped, but I'm just saying like from where you're trying to take him to where he's trying to go is a long ways. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Let me ask this question though: Is it that he didn't develop, or he just didn't get as many targets as he did the year before?
That's what I'm saying. Like the offense just didn't go his way.
He let a lot of passes go through his hands. He dropped a lot of passes.
No, that's what I'm asking. He didn't get as many targets as he did the prior year.
I would agree with that.
He was,
still,
you know, what I'm saying
he dropped.
Yeah, he was the focal point of the offense, but when you got Cam Coleman and them guys, you didn't need him to be a focal point anymore. So my question would be, is that development, or did the system change where he just wasn't a focal point? He was just an afterthought and it wasn't.
But he still should have gotten better when the opportunities were presented to him.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying.
A lot of times he looked disengaged.
He did.
I would too if I was the leading receiver on the team last year and I'm not getting no targets.
I
agree. I'm saying what I'm saying. I agree that is selfish, but what I'm saying is I understand. Let me put it this way. I'm not saying. Let me retract that and say I understand why a player might be disengaged. I understand it. If you're like the leading receiver on a team the year prior, and then you think you're probably going to do that and more the next year, and then you get on the field and start you don't get any targets,
and we losing.
Yeah, I can see what that would be. You know what I'm saying? You feel dejected, just the human side of it. Is it selfish? Yes, I agree, but I can see where you might feel that way. You know,
Alan Berry has an important question. I actually like this question. He said Hugh Freeze is known as a QB whisperer, but is his reputation deserved? Can he truly develop a Jackson Arnold?
We'll find out. To be continued.
I mean, he's known as a QB whisperer, but I don't see him that way. I think he just got an RPO offensive system that adapts to, you know, whatever it is when he's got talent. I don't know if he's just a QB whisperer. Like Malik Willis was a talented quarterback. Talented quarterback. I remember when he got him, my uncle said, y'all got one of the, he lived in Georgia. He said, y'all got one of the most talented quarterbacks in the state.
My point. My point.
Yeah, so like I never saw him as a quarterback whisperer. I just saw him as like his system is quarterback friendly.
Let's look at Hugh Freeze at Ole Miss. All right. Why did Ole Miss get better 1 game per year every year he was there, and then the last season drop off? Why?
Recruiting.
I'm just being real. Let's just be honest about it. Let's just be honest about it. Why did he 8 games? He won 9 games. He had a 10-win season, and then the last season that he won 5 games. Why did that happen? But you want to know why it happened? Because he had 1 year where a recruiting class was not as talented as the previous classes that he had. That's really it. And this is that year for Auburn. This recruiting class, if it does not get back to where it was, there is proof of this. We've seen this happen with Freeze before. 1 year at Ole Miss, where the recruiting class did not stack up talent-wise or stack up talent-wise to what it was in the previous classes when he first got there. You saw it happen. You saw what happened on the field. That's what's going to happen in 2 years at Auburn if this class does not recover to where it's supposed to be at, to what these past 2 classes have been. I'm telling you, 2029 is going to be a hard year for Auburn. Hugh Freeze may win this year, he may win next year, but trust me, after that, you're just going to start seeing it go down until that talent get back up to what 24 or 25 was. That's all I'm saying, man. It's not. He's not a developer. He's not a developer type guy, in my opinion. He just has a system, and he just needs a very talented quarterback or very talented pieces around a above average quarterback to run the system. That's all it is. That's all it is.
I had to look this up, the Rivaldo Fairweather one. I had to look it up to see for myself. So in 2023, he called 38 passes for 394 yards, 10.4 yards a catch.
What was it? Was it in 24?
2024, he played 1 less game. He caught 31 balls for 372 yards at 12 yards per catch.
So the same.
Because yards per catch actually went up. You add in the extra game, it's probably about even. So that's what I'm saying.
Same dude. Statistically, he's the same. NFL scout looking at that saying, all right, statistically, he's the same guy. He's the same dude.
Yeah, but the jaded.
How many drops? Hey, Tez, how many drops did he have? I'm taking that.
It don't say that. I don't know. But he got significantly less passes thrown his targets his way in the second. So he actually the second year performed better because he caught more of the passes that were thrown his way than he did the first year. He just got thrown way more passes.
Statistically, same. Statistically,
the percentage of passes that he caught. The percentage of passes he caught in the second year.
Statistically,
no, he's not. He got less targets. He got less targets.
You understand what I'm saying?
How many targets? How many targets was it, Tez? You didn't state that.
I don't know. I gotta look that up.
How you just said he had less targets?
That's my point.
Because y'all told me he had less targets.
Hey, you vouch for him, DC. Hey,
you two. Marcus and Nick told me he had less targets, so I took y'all word.
I didn't say he had less targets.
Yes, you did.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did. We first brought it up.
DC was the one that brought it up and said, "Well, why do you think?"
Just had a whole conversation about it.
Yeah, that was the question. That was a question. That was a question.
I just assumed because we had a whole conversation about it. I just assumed we knew he had less targets.
DC was like, well, maybe he's not the focal point because he got less targets. That's what DC said.
Yeah, that's what I said. Was it development or he got less targets? That was a question. That was a question. That was a question.
It's crazy, man. Misinformation like that.
Yeah, I'm just like, we just see it differently, man. I just see it as, man, Auburn, man, at every position I would look at with this team and say, man, that there's been significant development. I can't name a position that just haven't been developed or haven't had a jump.
Okay, all right, man. Let's.
I actually agree with Tez when I say
the strength of our team is literally his first year players right now.
So they have to be developed.
that's why I don't get it. Like you asked me what's the strength of the offensive line, is the interior of that offensive line. Yeah, we added the 2 tackles, but we really like Dylan Wade. We really like Jeremiah Wright. We really like Connor Lew. Like, and then outside of that, all the guys are gone. It hasn't been any receivers to carry over. There hasn't been any quarterbacks to carry over. There's only been other 2. You got maybe Brandon Frazier as a tight end, and then you got the 2 running backs. So outside of that, how can you say that nobody's being developed when these are the only players that's left for you to judge it by? And we're saying that 3 of them,
because he told all the other ones they weren't good enough, so they hit the portal. Maybe you would have saw something. Maybe you would have saw a difference this year if a Jay Fair would have stayed. Maybe you would have saw something like that. Maybe you would have saw something like that.
But if you can recruit the top guys, then why? Like, see, this is one of the things we not used to recruiting like this. So we think that you're supposed to just keep kids on the roster. Like, if you can recruit the top guys, you go get the top guy. If the best guy at that position want to come to your school, I don't care what the room look like. If he want to come to your school, you go get that dude.
Did not want to come to Auburn. Y'all forget he was committed to Texas A&M.
But that has nothing to do with what I just said.
We sitting here acting like we use Cam Coleman as like the standard bearer. Cam Coleman was going to Texas A&M. That's what he was going.
Okay.
Until Jimbo got fired. Until Jimbo got fired. Cam Coleman is
Texas A&M.
He was from Phoenix City. And man was coming to Auburn. I miss what you said, but I'm just
I said it sucks for Texas A&M. Like,
I'm just being real. We see and we act like the top talent wanted to come. They didn't. At one point in time,
they here.
Other things.
Bro, Perry, he flipped Perry from Nick Saban, bro.
You want to know what?
Though, Nick.
You want to know why? Cam Coleman came. Cam Coleman came after Jimbo left. When Cam Coleman came, that's when Perry flipped after Cam committed.
But that's recruiting, though, Nick. That's how recruiting works. You take advantage of situations. No, I mean we're not talking about development no more. I don't think.
My bad.
I get but I'm just sitting here saying like we talk about Hugh Freeze and the recruiting part, and if we really want to have a deep conversation about it, a lot of these kids were not high on Auburn.
Cam Coleman ended up getting them.
But he flipped Perry.
That's a great job.
Perry was the linchpin of the class, bro. When he flipped Perry at that pool party, that's when it took off. Everybody else came out. That Perry was the linchpin of him flipping him from Nick Saban, bro, at that pool party.
You're right. I'm gonna leave it alone.
I guess the part I'm not getting is like that's recruiting, right? Like that is recruiting. Like you see an opportunity to get a kid. It don't matter what happened at the school or how it went down. I got an opportunity to get this top receiver, and I'm in a position to go do it. And we landed him. That's great job, Hugh Freeze. That ain't.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You're right. I agree with you. I agree. That's great job, Hugh Freeze, for picking up a guy that when a coach got fired, he opened back up his commitment.
Yeah.
Thank you, Freeze. Thank you for getting Cam Coleman. Thank you. I'm not disagreeing with you there, but we're not gonna sit here and act like a lot of these kids, the Auburn wasn't their first choice. That's all I'm saying. Like, I mean, I guess I'm looking at it.
I guess what I'm saying is even in that situation right there, what happened?
Cam Coleman wasn't Auburn's first choice.
Okay. No, but you named one person. You named
even in that
even
who? Okay, who you said?
I said Cam Coleman and Perry Thompson.
Perry Thompson, that was his first. He flipped from Bama, so Auburn was his
first choice. Was Bama.
Man, he flipped him. But what I'm saying is he flipped him outright. That doesn't matter, dude. If he flipped him outright, it ain't like Nick Saban didn't get fired or any circumstance. Hugh Freeze just straight up flipped that dude.
And guess what? You have to give Hugh Freeze credit, because if Brian Harsin was the coach, we wouldn't have got neither one of those guys. Even with the coaches getting fired and there being an opportunity, all of that. he wouldn't have got him. So that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, the dude saw an opportunity and took advantage of it. He just got
I agree with that. Yes, I agree with that.
I'm not disagreeing with you. And I'm sorry, everybody in the chat said Perry flip before Cam. My bad. That was a brain part. My bad.
He's the first flip.
My bad.
First flip, bro.
Slip of the tongue. My fault. But shout out to Alan Berry, man. Alan Berry said, man, how much do you put on players when it comes to development? If Freeze is having to dumb down the offense for Jackson Arnold, is that more Arnold or scheme? Shout out to Alan Berry for the $10 super chat, man. We appreciate it.
Is he having to dumb it down? Did I miss that?
No, I don't think. No, I think what Alan Berry is saying is because that we was getting the reports about Peyton Thorne having to dumb the playbook down for Peyton Thorne last year. So if he has to do that for Jackson Arnold this year, is it Arnold or is it scheme? Ah, crap. Ooh, that hurt. But go ahead. What y'all think?
If he has to dumb down the playbook, then that is a massive misevaluation because all reports have said that this guy has ran this RPO system his entire life. So you should have no excuse behind why he can't run the full gamut of your offense.
Agree.
Well, the thing about it is, if you got to dumb it down, the request that's coming from Auburn, Deuce has been picking it up fairly fast from what we've been hearing in reports. That means we got to see what Deuce got.
I agree. Hey,
I don't think it's particularly complicated.
While we here right now, I'm gonna take a little break right now. Ladies and gentlemen, as y'all know, this year, your boy Nick is gonna be doing Auburn live game watches all year long. And the thumbnail for the first game watch for Auburn versus Baylor is out right now, man. August 29th, 6:45 p.m. Central. And we're gonna be at McLean Stadium here on Water Cooler Talk Sports, man. Y'all get to sit back and watch the game live with your boy Nick, man. I'm telling y'all, man, it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. Come watch the game. 6:45 Eastern, 15 minutes before kickoff start. We're gonna be here on YouTube, live game watch. Come ready. Super chat's gonna be open. Bring your popcorn, bring your drinks, bring all your food, bring your nachos. We got new music from Water Cooler Talk that's gonna be dope. It's gonna be premiering that day, man. I'm telling y'all, man. Y'all be ready. We're gonna have game stats. We're gonna have everything for you right here, man. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be a dope experience. Hope y'all come around, chill around with your boy. This is something we're going to be doing every single Auburn game this season, all the way up into the national championship game when we win the national championship this year as the Auburn Tigers. And I'm telling you, man, it's going to be dope, man. Y'all better get ready, man. August 29th, 6:45 p.m. Central, live game watch, Auburn versus Baylor at McLean Stadium, man. Y'all be ready. It's going to be hype. It's going to be hype, man. It's going to be hype. You can just watch the game on your television. Turn me on, turn the volume down, and guess what? You can just listen to me commentate the game if you want to do that. That's what it is, man. It's gonna be dope. All right, man. Let's get back to the conversation. Had to throw that in there real quick.
What happened to DC?
DC had to leave. He had to leave.
Oh.
DC he gotta go. He gotta go pay the rent and things and stuff for that nigga, man. That's what DC gotta do, man. This is gonna be dope, man. We appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here around the water cooler as always, man. And while we thinking about it, as always, man, if you want to call in, there's a number right there, 334-521-2679. 334-521-2679 is the call-in number for the show tonight, man. Call in, let us know how you feeling. Oh, wait a minute, maybe not. DC is back. He gonna talk. I guess he gonna talk with us through the phone, man. DC gonna still talk with us, man. I guess he gonna talk and ride. With us, man.
Yes,
DC,
I am. Yes, I am. I'm doing a Marcus.
I told you.
Hey,
The Willis Reed.
I'm usually stationary, DC. Don't. Hey, I want you to be safe.
Y'all with the Marcus. All right, man. We're gonna give. We y'all want to give official predictions. Y'all want to give it next week or week after next? Week of the game or next week? Because I was ready to give it.
I go week of the game.
I was gonna give it on the 11th on Monday.
Yeah, week of the game.
Week of the game.
Yeah, that'll work.
That's too much pressure. My birthday Monday.
Yes, everybody's scared. Everybody's scared. You know what I'm saying? All right. Well, let's talk about this, man. We talked about development early on in the show. We talked about how Jace Matthews adds to this class, and what he potentially could be. I'm gonna ask y'all this: what player on this year's roster do you think will be the biggest surprise and will have? I don't want to say breakout season, but let's just use the word I said. Let's just say, what player do you think is going to be the biggest surprise for Auburn this year that you don't expect to potentially come out and just ball? I'm gonna start with Ted first. Who you got?
Of course, I want to say Chris Murray, but I've said that 100 times.
Yeah.
So, man, so that I don't expect that was going to come out of the ball. Bryce Cain.
Wow.
Bryce Cain. I got a feeling. In almost every press conference, he was frowned away to mention his name.
Mhm.
That means he's showing up. And then all the little videos that they put out, it's always a Bryce Cain sighting in there. He's in there catching a pass or doing something.
Okay.
So it lets me know that he is part of the rotation, and he is I guess part of the plan on offense in some capacity. And that guy's got elite speed as well. Very hard to tackle in open field. So, man, yeah, I'm gonna say Bryce Cain if I had to get one that's nobody's talking about.
All right. DC.
I'm gonna say Atkins, the linebacker, man. I'm hearing good things about him. I'm hearing he's flashing. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing he got some crazy speed. You know, he's filling gaps. So I'm gonna say Atkins, the linebacker from LSU, to transfer.
All right. You got Atkins coming in at linebacker, being one of those guys in a room that's very talented, but kind of young. Marcus, what you thinking? Who you thinking?
Say Jeremiah Cobb, man. I think he's gonna have a big season with a lot of all-purpose yards, man.
That's what I'm talking about. Because I was gonna say Jeremiah Cobb, but now I gotta pick another person, man. God, dog, man. Jesus Christ, bro. I was gonna say Jeremiah Cobb. God, dog, Marcus. Now I gotta think of somebody else, bro.
But if he's not being developed, he's not gonna have him.
He's not
breakout
being
yet at all.
He's not. But hopefully he get on the field and get some playing time. Hopefully, maybe we'll see that. Maybe we just see the raw.
Well, like you said, he ain't been. The reason why we feel like he ain't getting developed because he ain't touching the field. Like he's been there long enough to touch the field.
That's kind of a point.
That was his point.
I understand. Yeah, I can understand, but you know he's not though. Like even though we still ain't seen him at all.
Breakout guy. I'm gonna stick with my boy. I'm gonna stick with my boy Rayon Strader, boy. I'm gonna stick with Rayon Strader, bro. I'm going with Rayon Strader, bro. I'm on the Rayon Strader page, man. I think Rayon Strader is going to lock some people down this year when he step on the field, bro. I'm on the Rayon Strader train, bro. Rayon Strader, and then if I had to go a number 2A and a number 2B, they both freshmen. But they talking about him though, so I don't even know if it's true. Jordan Crawford and Elijah Melendez, bro. I've been talking about these guys all season, bro. Elijah Melendez, bro. I'm telling y'all, man, this dude is going to be legitimately one of the, bro. Like, dude, we're gonna be the next great linebacker at Auburn, bro. Like, it's gonna be, man. Somebody talk, man, because I gotta find a video now. I gotta find a video of Elijah Melendez.
The question is
surprised you don't have it saved.
I got it saved. It just ain't saved on the thing right now. I gotta, trust me. It's up here, bro. Trust me. I gotta get it. Y'all, somebody talk. I'm finding the video right now. I'm finding it right now.
Is Riddick flying up under the radar?
I don't think so.
I don't think Riddick flying up under the radar, man. I don't think so.
I think that
I ain't been hearing a lot of talk about him.
Well, I think at wheel linebacker, that's his job. I don't think it's a lot of. It's probably some rotation, but like I don't think nobody threatening to start over him. In the middle though, at Mike is probably still a battle for real.
When I say flat up on the radar, I mean like expectation. Like what are we expecting from him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he's not like on no all SEC list.
You know what I'm saying? What are we expecting from him?
I'm expecting him to finish on the all SEC list, honestly. To finish the season that way.
Is he okay?
Go ahead.
Let me ask y'all this: Is Riddick not a better player? But is he more talented than Owen Pappoe?
I'm sorry, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Elijah Melendez. Once it pop up, hold on. I'm gonna remove it real quick because I gotta start it over and I gotta give it its proper due. Ladies and gentlemen, the guy that I'm high on, Elijah Melendez. Ladies and gentlemen, Elijah Melendez out of Florida right now. I'm telling y'all, man, this dude is gonna be something special at Auburn, bro. I'm telling y'all get ready. Is it playing properly? I think it's skipping a little bit. Jesus Christ, he's skipping too much. Jesus Christ, y'all can't feel it right. I gotta take it.
He just got a pick, though.
He just got a pick. You see how high he jumping on that pick? I'm telling y'all, man, this man is something serious. Elijah Melendez, man. I'm telling y'all, get ready. Elijah Melendez is a name that y'all need to remember in Auburn football. The next great Auburn linebacker. My bad. Go ahead, Ted. I just had to play that real quick. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was asking, is DeMarcus Riddick more talented from a pure talent standpoint, more talent than Owen Pappoe?
That's a good question.
That's a real good
question, Taz.
Because Owen Pappoe, his career got cut short. Well, I ain't gonna say cut short, but he had some difficulties with injuries and stuff. But never really reached what we thought we was gonna get out of him. Just because of those injuries.
Yeah.
Owen Pappoe. More talented than Owen Pappoe because Owen Pappoe was a 5-star guy coming out of high school.
Yeah. And probably what 4.3? What did he run?
He's like a 4.3. Yeah, 4.3 type guy.
I think Riddick's probably a 4.3 guy. Will be by the time he run for the NFL, I think.
More talent than I don't know if I can go more.
I don't want to say that. I think they about the same though. I think that's a good comparison.
I think Riddick
both of them struggle with pass coverage.
I think Riddick is more physical than Owen Pappoe. I would definitely say he's more physical than Owen Pappoe. Because shout out to DC. DC always say that every time Owen Pappoe tackled, it was like he was hugging somebody.
Yeah. He made that one big hit by mistake.
Yeah, against Penn State. The game was over. The game changed then. Man, that's tough. I don't know if I don't talent wise more talented. I would probably have to say just off of pure straight talent. I'd probably go Pappoe by that much, maybe by that much.
I think when healthy, man, he was free.
But more physical, definitely going to DeMarcus Riddick. DeMarcus Riddick ain't scared to step in there and put a hat on somebody. I'm just gonna be real. He ain't scared to put it. He ain't scared to put a hat on somebody. Like
by the time he leaves here, he probably will be. Say again.
I said he has to get better with pass coverage for me.
Yeah, which is crazy that the most athletic lineman. We talking about Pappoe and Riddick, both super athletic, but sucked in pass coverage for real. Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. What it is, man. That's crazy. All right, man. Since we ain't getting no more calls coming in. He said we're gonna try to watch the games all year as long as Nick don't get banned. Nah, I'm not gonna get banned, man. I'm gonna try to be as clean as I possibly can. Because I don't
know what you gotta worry about.
We're trying to have everybody, we're trying to have a lot of people from other teams come in and watch as well, man. So maybe some
me too, Marcus.
Maybe some slights, but it ain't gonna be nothing major, man. Y'all got everybody pumped up. Let's go. Yeah, man. We appreciate y'all so much, man, for rocking with us here around the water cooler, man. As always, Ed Darby on the Melendez train with me. Rayshawn Pleasant. Rayshawn Pleasant is a name that we didn't mention. Yeah. Like that's a name
on the watch list, the return man watch list.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, what about Wheatland?
Caleb Wheatland, man.
I think he gets in just because he's an experienced body. He's gonna get in the rotation.
Play. Yeah, so Wheatland gonna definitely get in the rotation and play, man. I like Wheatland, bro. I got a chance to watch some of his stuff from Maryland.
Man, he played a lot of football.
He did. He played a lot of football, and like you just can't. It's one thing you can't do. Like if a dude that has seen a lot of football and a lot of different offenses and have been in different defenses, man, he should be able to like kind of plug and play and kind of pick up some stuff, easily. Because defenses don't really change that. Yeah, they do. Let me take that back. They do change, but there are some stuff that there are some stuff that just kind of like when you go to certain places, it's still kind of the same wherever you go. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't really kind of change for real. So and stuff like that. But I mean, he should be able to tap in and to make an impact this year, especially on that. We was just about to get out of here too, and then the man called in. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all know him from the Sharpshooters podcast. They call him B Sharp. B Sharp, what's up with you, my guy?
Here we go.
I told them bust out my AP. Perfect time, man.
Shout out to you. Hey, shout out to Shadur. I told you on my AP.
Put the together around that I stay grinding.
Oh, man, shout out to B Sharp, man. What's up, B Sharp?
Not much, man. Watch the man show out on the preseason, man. Just doing what he does best, man. Getting ready for a good year, hopefully.
Right,
even though it's with the Browns.
I'm asking you this question: Do you think he end up? You think he end up as second team starter behind Joe Flacco?
If they don't do it, that lets you know how unserious this franchise really is. We seen Kenny Pickett, and we seen. Do you trust a quarterback with two gloves on his hand?
Well, no, because Kenny Pickett got small hands. That's the reason why. That's the reason why he wasn't that good in Pittsburgh. That was literally one of the reasons why people in Pittsburgh were mad at him, because he had little hands. They were like, "Why you draft this dude? He got little hands. He can't even grip the ball. That's why he wore gloves."
You're making my point. That's the reason that was it. Do you trust a quarterback with two hands? I mean, two gloves.
I don't know. That's why I like Payne Falzone, because Payne Falzone, no homo, got big hands. Like got 11-inch hands. Isn't that what they?
That's crazy.
That's wild. That's wild. Like the picture that they had of him gripping the football. I was like, yo, his whole hands is like going all the way around. I'm like, yeah, be more careful, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. I just came up here, man. Just wanted to just say that. Just let the haters know. Hey, man, he's coming, man. The man been working. They tried to lie on my boy. He was this, he was that, but the only thing he keep doing is just being himself. And I just don't like when people get lied on, because you can't stop what God already had planned. Just want to throw that out there for the people.
Shout out to B Sharp with the
facts.
Coach Prime quotes, and he
hung up. Okay.
Nah, he hung up. Huggy Beard is on hold right now. That's what Huggy Beard is on hold right now. Because B Sharp is still on the phone. What's up? What's up, B Sharp? What's on your mind?
I was like, man, did you put me on hold?
Nah, Huggy Beard is on hold right now. We got Huggy Beard on hold.
Oh, okay, man. I was like, hey, man, y'all got nice not hotel elevator music. Man, do y'all hear this elevator music back here?
Nah.
Man, I didn't want to come up here, man. Hey, shout out to all the haters. Make sure you guys. I got a beef with your chat, man. Okay. Hit the like button. It's not hard. Just hit the like button.
Hey, man.
Just come on in here. You just walking in people's houses with your shoes on, with mud on your feet. Wipe your feet and hit the like button. It's not hard. Thank you. I just wanted to that boy keep doing the thing. And Marcus Goodell.
I wasn't on him to address me, man. I was waiting on it.
Marcus
Goodell. Just want to let you know, Marcus Goodell. I'm gonna see you in the Iron Bowl now.
Shout out to everybody that's in the chat right now, man. We got people, man. Visionary from Twitter, from X is in the chat. He commented. I don't know how I missed the comment, but shout out to him, man, for commenting with us, man. I got Ant Robinson, who was in the chat with us as well, man. Shout out to Ant Robinson, who was in the chat, man. There's a lot of people I missed, and we were having a great conversation and stuff like that. But man, we appreciate all y'all, man, for in the chat, man. Be sharp. Anything you gotta say to these folks before we get about it?
Hold on, say that last part again, my fault.
Anything you gotta say to the people before you get up out of here?
Oh, not much, man. Make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe button over here. It's not hard. It's simple. If you want to support these brothers, just do that. It helps with the algorithm.
We appreciate
And if you guys want to check me out and the guys over there, make sure you subscribe to the Sharpshooter Sports Talk.
Yes, sir. Make sure y'all do that.
And y'all have a good night. And Marcus Goodell, you're gonna take an L. Shout out to my dog Ted, and shout out to the future senator of Alabama. Y'all have a good night.
All right,
Oh,
be
this
sure.
hostility from me.
Make sure y'all go subscribe.
Perfect time, man.
Make sure y'all go subscribe over to Sharpshooter Sports on YouTube, man. And everybody been waiting on him.
Huggy.
The Huggy Beard
My
is
guy.
on the phone right now. What's going on, Huggy?
Huggy.
What's that, gentlemen? I don't know if I'd say anybody was waiting on me.
We right here. We waiting on you. We had B Sharp on the phone. We had to get him off the phone, let him get his spiel out, let him say his piece. And
Was
now
it
he
a
on the
spiel?
phone.
It was a spiel.
Huggy Beard.
It was a whole bunch.
I thought I misunderstood what you meant by that. Yeah, I was definitely on hold. That's what's up. Here's my question. It was said earlier, so I think it was maybe Ed Darby, but everybody always talks about Hugh Freeze being the quarterback whisperer. Why? Name one quarterback that he had under him that really lit it up. And I'm not even hating on him. I'm legitimately asking, why is he considered a QB whisperer?
So he coming with the questions, man. He coming with the questions.
That's a legit question.
I don't see him as that.
I don't see him as that either.
I don't see him as that either. I'm gonna answer that question like this. This is how I'm gonna answer that question. Because I think when you look at that 10-win season he had at Ole Miss, when you had all those guys on the offense, especially that wide receiver room and things, stuff like that. When you look at that and you see what that Bo Wallace year, when he was there, Bo Wallace just basically just had to play quarterback, and he looked proficient enough and stuff like that. And then when you look at what he did with Malik Willis, what he did with Malik Willis when Malik Willis transferred from Auburn to Liberty, he won 10 games. He won 10 games again, in a season at Liberty. At Liberty, he was 8-5, 10-2, 8-5, 8-5 at Liberty. That was his record. His record each year. But the year he had Malik Willis, Malik Willis's best year. He was a 10-win guy. So I guess they look at him like that because of the fact of, you see those seasons and you see what those quarterbacks did in those seasons, and I guess he just got the moniker of that. I to be honest with you, Huggy, it's a hard question to answer. It's really a hard question to answer that because, now that I sit back and think about it even more, I'm just sitting back and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know why. I don't. What's your
there's your answer. And I'm real talk. If you can't really figure out why, then that means he was just given the moniker and everybody just went with it. Because I don't guess I can take anybody off the top of my head, but anybody that's ever been called a guru or a whisperer, you can rattle off 4 or 5 guys right off the top of your head. Like, well, he did this, he had this guy. You can't do that with him. Basically, what I'm hearing from everybody, and I don't mean y'all, everybody, I mean everybody, period.
My bad. It was
Chad Kelly
who was the quarterback. Shout out to Chevelle. Chad Kelly was the quarterback that year, not Bo Wallace.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering that too, but even in that of itself, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just never have understood it, like all the hype around him, and like I said, I'm not hating because I hope he proves me wrong, but I just don't understand what all this. I mean, it'd be hard for me to imagine that when he walks into a room, he commands the same respect as Kirby Smart or Sarkisian. You know what I'm saying? Like, I imagine a lot of people roll their eyes and suck their teeth. You know what I'm talking about?
That's I think Huggy, the only reason why I'm going to disagree with you about 25% on that is on, and this is the only reason why I'm gonna disagree with you 25% on that statement. 75% of that I low-key kind of agree with you on. 25%, I probably even go like 30% why I'm gonna disagree with you on that is because to the point of him being able to recruit, like I don't think he gets a lot of the guys that have committed to Auburn, whether it was, you know, their first choice, second choice, or whatever. He still had to some kind of way be likable or make them like him and make them believe in him for them to come to Auburn. So that's the only reason. That's the only reason why I'm like 30% disagreeing with you on that. That's the only reason. Other than that, I kind of see where you're coming from.
When Rogersley, the recruiting, last I heard, we're not recruiting as well as we should be. Like the bottom fell out. So I'm just wondering, like, I mean, clearly he's got, I don't want to call it charisma because that'd be a lie, but he's saying something. But I mean, I can only compare it, you know, like, you know, as I've made it well known, I'm an Auburn man, proud member of Noel Nation. Bobby Bowden walked into that living room and guaranteed, Mama, I'm going to take care of your boy, but I'm going to grow him into a man. You saw the result on the field. I mean, one of the winningest coaches of all times, you know, minus a couple wide left and wide right, he might have the most national championships. So there's something, yeah, I'll give you that. There's something that he's saying or doing that's bringing him in, but it's nowhere near to the level of hype that it just, to me, it doesn't seem like something's getting lost in translation. And I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at the way I'm looking at just from season to season with Auburn. It's almost like he's got, every time he's on camera, it seems like he's less interested. And then for everybody that's like, well, you always got something to say about Hugh Freeze in his face. On Facebook the other day, on an SEC page, they had a clip of him, and man, I counted 15 different comments of people saying, why does he always look that way? Why does he always look like, you know, which, like I always say, you know what I'm saying? Like the way I say it is, he always looked like he's trying to figure out who farted. And I'm not getting it, because I also think I think we're all looking at things from an old school perspective, but I don't think that not 80 to 90% of kids, I don't think they have a first choice anymore. I think their first choice is who's going to cut that check, or where can I get on the field the quickest? You know, and you would think that would help Auburn. Like, hey, y'all come to Auburn, you want some playing time, but I have to imagine that there's a lot of people behind these young men, like their parents, uncles, that are like, you know, we did last year. I know if just in this moment, if my oldest son was 19 instead of 9, and he came to me and said, Daddy, I'm thinking about playing for this man. If my son's a running back, the first thing I'm saying is first and goal, screen pass, don't hand it to the best running back. You know what I'm saying? Like, in my mind, it seems like that the recruits are going to start noticing, and they're going to be gone. And I personally, I don't, now that I think, you know, I've been thinking on it, I don't think this is Hugh Freeze's last year. I don't think Auburn can really afford to have, you know, didn't they just get Gene Chizik paid off? Like, that's starting to bleed over, I think. And I've referenced before, I think a lot of coaches are starting to see, like, man, you know, that's not the same Auburn. You go down there, you're going to have to deal with the yellow fella and all his cohorts. I gave y'all the clean, censored version of that one, but Marcus, you probably know what I'd rather call him. But I'm just not getting it. I really ain't. I'm not seeing what everybody's so hype on, because how many times in the last 2 years did he make boneheaded decisions and then talking about in the press conference, well, we're still figuring out. Who's we? You a head coach in the SEC. You still trying to figure stuff out? That just, I don't know. I mean, at least being a Florida State guy, it could always be worse. You could have Mike Norvell, but for sure, I reckon. But
oh man, shout out to Huggy, man. Huggy
I'm getting it.
He always come with the real. He always come with the real. That's why I just be like, man, just say what you got to say. Like, just say what you got to say.
Yeah.
Are you playing with fire on that one? Just say what I want to say, bro.
Don't.
Within reason.
You gotta be censored a little bit, but I'm just saying, like,
no. No, I don't mean go Def Jam, on him. I'm just talking about know what's going around his head. But real talk, I am looking for a reason, because I meant what I said, man. I'm going back to getting fired up about Auburn, and I'm searching for a reason, and I can't find one. It just, and that's why I asked y'all, because y'all, I mean, this is what y'all do every day, is analyze, and I hadn't been in that mind frame in almost 15 years. So I come to the experts, you dig? So I just don't see it, bro. I don't get it. And maybe he's the ultimate like sleeper. Like, yeah, I'm gonna suck for 3 years and then I'm gonna show out on everybody. But I don't think he's smart enough to do that.
Wow, I feel you on that. I feel you.
I'm also trying to be easy on Freeze, because I realized that, what if, Water Cooler or Auburn Athletics, what if they find themselves in the position, hey, tonight, special guest, we got Hugh Freeze. Somebody gonna play him, hey man, there's this weird dude up in Honkyville and he don't like you or your face, so you might not want to go on this show because they all like him. So I'm trying to take it easy on him so I don't cut y'all's legs out from, because I'm trying to see y'all, shooting for the stars. You talking about? So I'm just struggling to find a reason to get behind him.
Here's the thing, Huggy. We just try to be fair with everybody. We call it how we see it, and that's what it is. Like, we ain't gonna try to sugarcoat nothing. We just call it how we see it here on the Water Cooler Talk sports. That's what we do. That's really it. So I hope people see us for the real that we are. That's all it is. Like, just being honest.
You can't help but see it, bro. You can't help but see it, and you can't help but see the hard work. It is what it is. But I'm gonna let y'all go and get back to discussing serious football talk. And y'all stay super fly. Y'all be blessed. You hear me?
The Huggy Beard legend of Sweet Sugar Bow Williams. Shout out to him. Appreciate him so much for calling in and rocking with us tonight around the water cooler as always, man. We have been on here for a while. And we'll call it a night. It's been real, ladies and gentlemen. We have been on here for a while, call it a night. Tez, tell the good people where they can find you at, my guy.
Yeah, that's me at the top left hand, well, to my left hand corner. And it's SEC Season here on YouTube, and that's also my Twitter page too. And you can find my personal page is at Codename Tez. I'll be on there just talking crap.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Tez for always coming and being the well, I don't even call him honorary. He's just a member of a member of the Water Cooler Talk. That's what he is. That's what he is now. Make sure y'all go follow Tight Sports Alabama Football Megacast. Make sure you go follow our guy DC Wolf Auburn _Addicts TV on YouTube. I do a show Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Central with our guy Dustin from over at the Up Tempo podcast. So make sure you go over there and subscribe to the Up Tempo as well. We'll be doing that show every Sunday throughout the football season. Make sure you go subscribe to our guy B Sharp over on the Sharpshooter Sports Talk. I got Vandy Chris over at the Go to Broom podcast as well, man. Make sure you go subscribe over there. And of course, you just heard him on the phone, the Huggy Beard himself, the legend of Sweet Sugar Bear Williams, the Rooster Mac himself. Make sure you go follow and subscribe to his YouTube channel as well, man. And remember, this season we're doing live game watches for all Auburn games here around the water cooler. So there it is right there, August 29th, 6:45 p.m. Central, live game watch, man. Auburn versus Baylor is what it's gonna be. I promise you, man, the production level is we're gonna try to get the production level up to where you're gonna be like, man, is this ESPN? Is this Fox? Is this CBS? I don't know. I'm just playing. No, I'm not playing. I'm serious. So make sure y'all come around the water cooler and chill with us there, man. We're gonna have a good time. Watching Auburn, commentating the game, watching and seeing how our team is progressing. Hopefully, our team is progressing towards a playoff berth and national championship potential. That's what it is, man. So let's see what happens this year, man. So we appreciate y'all for rocking with us, man. Marcus, what do you got to say to people before we get up out of here, my guy?
Man, y'all have a safe, blessed weekend, man. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. Well, okay. But y'all stay safe, man. Be blessed.
Marcus, will you be here Monday? Because I know your birthday is Monday.
Yes, I will.
What?
Oh, man.
Your
Happy birthday, man, if I don't see you.
That is commitment from Marcus. He said he will be here on his birthday. I don't know. I probably wouldn't. But hey. But
how it feel turning 50, man?
That's what it is. How does it feel? 52, 53, which one?
Man. I'm still high from the paparazzi every day, man.
Yeah, man. Well, shout out to Marcus, man, for rocking with us here. As always, man, the other half of Water Cooler Talk Sports, man. And for everybody else that's watching, everybody that's watched on Twitter, we appreciate y'all. Everybody that's watching on YouTube, we appreciate y'all. As of right now, so a significant number of you are watching us on Twitter, and I appreciate that so much, man. And everybody that's watching us on YouTube, I appreciate you there, man. So please subscribe to our Twitter page. Subscribe to Twitter page at CoolersPod23. Subscribe to this channel, Water Cooler Talk Sports. See how close we can get to 800 subscribers before the season starts, or if we can hit 800 before the season starts. Like the video, helps the algorithm as well, man. Before we get out of here, man, y'all have a good one. Better yet, y'all have a great one, man. Y'all be blessed, man. Make sure y'all get a man upstairs above his because he deserves all the praise and glory. And until then, until Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, back around the water cooler. It is one love, ladies and gentlemen. And guess what? We out this mug. We holla, man. Y'all be easy. Peace. Take us out, Eugene Asante. Let's go, my guy. Yeah.
Boys and girls of all ages, you're tuned into the Water Cooler Talk Podcast, the biggest podcast in the world. Yeah.
Thanks for checking out this episode of Water Cooler Talks with your hosts, Nick Frazier and Marcus Fitzpatrick. Make sure you like and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform so that you never miss an episode.